Welcome everybody and welcome to another edition of Traverse City Baseball tonight on the Pittsbitters radio channel as they're getting set to take on the Kalamazoo Growlers, a two-game set on the road for the Pittsbitters, a struggling team as of late. They won on opening day, but since then they've lost 5 consecutive ball games, 2 in a row to Battle Creek, a one-run game. And both of the games very winnable. Their loss on Friday night, they were leading late into the game but gave up a couple runs in the 8th inning to lose 4-3. And last night they came back after trailing 5-2, a 3-run rally in the bottom of the 9th inning to tie it up. They had the bases loaded with only 1 away, couldn't cash in to walk it off. And in the 10th, down a run, they had the bases loaded 1 out again and they couldn't cash in, and they lost their 5th consecutive game. First time in their team history they've lost 5 in a row. They're looking to change the tides here as they're going to face a Kalamazoo team who's coming off of a pair of walk-off wins against the Rockford Rivets. They're currently a 500 ball club at 3-3 in the Northwoods League standing. Traverse City at the bottom at 1-5. Traverse City will bat first. They're the visiting team. So as the Growlers are going through their infield introductions, let's take a look at the Pittsbitters starting lineup. Leading off and doing the catching is Aren Gustafson. He's been a very reliable leadoff hitter as of late for Traverse City. Jake Smallwood moving up in the lineup. He'll bat 2-hole. He's a designated hitter tonight. Him and Gustafson continuing to trade off, catching and DHing. Smallwood at the DH tonight, batting 2. Camden Traficante still in the 3-hole, the switch-hitting shortstop from Stetson. After him, it will be Colin Summerhill, the right fielder from Troy University, playing in his 3rd game as a Pittsbitter. Jared Miller, the second baseman from Oakland University, the senior, will be batting 5th and moving from 3rd base to 2nd base in this ball game. Alec Atkinson from Yale will be in center field. Has played every game so far for the Pittsbitters out there in center field, and he's been a reliable center fielder. Lucas White, the first baseman, in the lineup again after getting the day off in Game 1 against Battle Creek. Played last night, had a huge hit in the 9th inning, so he will be back in the lineup again at first base. He pitched last night. He is hitting tonight Hayden Yachik, the 3rd baseman from Saginaw Valley State, trying to give the Pittsbitters a spark at the hot corner at the bottom of the lineup. And then rounding out the lineup is Cody Holtink, the 2nd baseman, the freshman from the University of Michigan. Pitcher for Traverse City will be Aren Gustafson. And facing off against Gustafson and having to deal with this Traverse City lineup will be Tanner Knapp. Knapp is a junior in standing at Ball State University, but he's a sophomore athletically because you get that COVID year. So he has 1 extra year of eligibility if he chooses to use it. He's a transfer from Kalamazoo Community College, and he was on the Growlers last summer. Faced the Pittsbitters a few times. He'll look in his first start this season to keep them at bay and try and hand them loss number 6. Defensive alignment for the Growlers in the infield. Cole Russo, a freshman from University of Central Florida, will be doing the catching in the ballgame tonight. Ethan Ruiz, the 3rd baseman, will be at the hot corner. He is a junior from Lamar University. At shortstop, Sam Kirkpatrick, a sophomore from Holy Cross. At 2nd base, Brandon Moore, a sophomore from the University of Montevallo, teammates in college with Jake Smallwood, Traverse City's DH. And at 1st base, Blaine Robinson, a redshirt sophomore from Ohio State in the Big Ten. Left field will be Lawson Knight from Western Texas College, a freshman. In center field, Devin Obie, a freshman from Duke. And in right field, his Duke teammate, a redshirt freshman, Luke Storm. Evan Orzek, the catcher from St. Xavier University, stands into the box, and he will face Tanner Knapp. Knapp in his first start into the windup and deals, and a foul tip straight back. Orzek wasting no time going after the first pitch. Orzek has been putting up some pretty good numbers this season. He has 1 home run. He did that in a loss to Battle Creek on Friday night. Early on in the season, he's hitting .304. 7 hits, 2 of those extra base hits, has 6 RBIs as well. He's gotten a base hit in 4 of the 6 games for Traverse City. Like a couple other guys in the lineup, Alec Atkinson and Camden Traficante, he has not had a day off yet. Has played every day at either catcher or DH. He swings and just got a piece out of high fastball to stay alive on an 0-2 count. So another 0-2 will be coming here to Orzek. Knapp into the windup and fires, and just off that outside corner for a ball. The catcher Russo trying to frame that one, but does not get the call from home plate umpire John Paulin. 1-2. And Orzek will take it high. So from 0-2 to 2-2. Orzek battling back in the count here, trying to lead off the ball game with give Traverse City a base runner. The 2-2 from Tanner Knapp is chopped first base side, but foul, and another 2-2 will be coming. Knapp limited in his season at Ball State after transferring. He only pitched in 4 games and didn't even make 4 innings. Pitched 3 and a third. Missed the 2-2 up and away. So from 0-2 to 3-2, Orzek putting together a nice leadoff at bat here. Doing his part at the top of the lineup. Here's a full count pitch. And missing outside, so Evan Orzek puts together a nice at-bat. Works the count for 8 pitches. Battles back from 0-2, got the count full, and draws a leadoff walk. First pitch hitter, base runner of the ball game. They struck in the first inning yesterday on a couple of extra. That pitch outside, so 2-0. A hitter's count for Smallwood. One of 2 hitters with a home run on the year for Traverse City. Orzek, the other one over at first base. And now a 3-0 count. A sophomore from the University of Montevallo, teammates in college with Brandon Moore, the second baseman. And according to Smallwood, his scouting report, Moore, a 2-way player, would be the starting pitcher in tomorrow's game. A 3-0 count here. Wouldn't be surprised if Smallwood just takes all the way, and he does. It's well outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Smallwood. 2 on to start the game for the Pittsbitters. So after getting ahead 0-2 to the opening batter, Evan Orzek, Tanner Knapp lost him and walked him. And then on 4 pitches, Smallwood goes down to first, brings in Camden Traficante, the Traverse City shortstop. Camden lost his early season hitting streak in yesterday's game. He had collected at least 1 hit in the first 5 ball games and went in order: 1 hit, 2 hits, 1 hit, 2 hits, and then 1 hit. But was 0 for 4 last night. Did draw a walk, so the on-base streak is still intact at least. But he'll try to start a new streak here. He's hitting .304 on the early season, a .407 on-base percentage. No extra base hits, though, for Traficante. Does have 4 RBIs. Has only struck out 1 time as well, so he's putting the ball in play. Oh and 1 the count as Traff bunted 1 foul. Trying to sacrifice. Doesn't show bunt here and takes a huge hack at the 0-1 pitch and swings right through it. So 0-2 the count to Traff. Wasn't bunting, so not advancing those runners. Chopper, too short, going to be a tough play to try and turn it. They get one on to first, and safe at first is Traficante. But the shortstop, Kirkpatrick, flips to Moore to get the runner at second base. So it almost worked out like a bunt as a runner does move ahead to third base, Evan Orzek. Traff at first. Runners on the corners, one away for Colin Summerhill. Summerhill is third game this season with Traverse City. Played a handful of games last year in the Pittsburgh uniform. First pitch swinging. He fouls it out of play off the right side. Summerhill just one hit in 8 at-bats this season. That was a double, an RBI double in the first inning yesterday. Was 0 for 4 his opening game against Battle Creek and 1 for 4 last night. And fouls that one back to the screen. So with runners on the corners and one away, Summerhill down 0-2 has to protect the plate. Can't take a strikeout here. Got to put one in play and try to score that opening run. 0-2 from Knapp, and he steps off, picks over, and Traficante back in with the dive safely. No balls, 2 strikes to pitch, and another pick over, and Traficante back in safely on a dive. Runner at third, Orzek. Runner at first, Traficante. Now the 0-2 is high off the glove of the catcher, Russo. Coming home is Evan Orzek, and he will get in there safely. Traverse City on top 1-0 in Summerhill now. The approach will change on the wild pitch. Doesn't need a sac fly to bring home a run now. He will need a base hit, though, to bring home Traficante, but the Pittsburghers are on the board first. And the 1-2 in there for strike 3 called. Summerhill will go down looking for out number 2. So Knapp gets a big second out there. Runner on second. 2 outs. Jared Miller, the batter. Miller, a second baseman from Oakland. He is a senior. Had a big night last night with 3 hits. Unfortunately for the Pittsburghers, one of those hits didn't come in the 10th inning. He did get hit by a pitch in the 10th, was one of the runners on base when Traverse City left the bases loaded, but he had 3 of them last night. 3 for 4 with a double in the 9th inning. With the hit in the game Friday, he's 4 for 8 early here in the season. Low and away, good block by Russo, keep it in front. The count to Miller, 1 ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Traficante still off of second base. Pittsburghers on top 1-0 after Evan Orzek scored on a wild pitch. Miller takes one across the knees for strike 2, and the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tanner Knapp trying to get out of this first inning with just 1 run on the board. A second run looming at second base with 2 outs. Deals 2-2, and Miller fights it off the right side. A hard liner that way, but foul. And we'll redo a 2-2 pitch. Draft off a second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. And Tanner Knapp will deal. And Jared Miller will fight another one foul. That one off to the left side. Miller looking for a big RBI hit here. He doesn't have any on the season yet. No RBIs despite 4 hits. Another 2-2 from Knapp. And he deals, and he misses outside, so the count will run full. Another full count here in the first inning. 26 pitches already for Tanner Knapp. A long first inning here, and he's trying to end it. Trying to get Jared Miller a payoff pitch, 3-2 and 2 outs. And Miller will take outside ball 4. That is the 3rd walk issued in the inning, and the pitcher, Knapp, at 27 pitches. He's going to have to be careful with Alec Atkinson here, the center fielder. You hit 35 pitches, you can't start a new inning in the Northwoods League. So if Atkinson works a count, or if another batter or 2 gets up to the plate, Knapp might not make it out of the first. First and second, 2 away. First pitch swinging right to the shortstop. Kirkpatrick will flip to second, and that will end the inning. So 1 run on the board for the Pittsbitters. Evan Orzek scored on a wild pitch, but a couple runners left out there, 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first, and here comes Aren Gustafson on Pittsbitter Radio. Welcome back to Pittsbitter Radio. Bottom of the first inning. Pittsbitters on top 1-0. A wild pitch scored Evan Orzek. The Pittsbitters worked 3 walks in that first inning to take the early lead. Aren Gustafson on the mound with that early 1-0 lead. He's pitching to his catcher, Evan Orzek. And early here in the bottom of the first, to the first batter, Ryan Dykstra. Goose up ahead in the count, 0-2, a fastball and a big curveball. The leadoff man for Kalamazoo, down 0-2 and down 0-3 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and 1 away to start the first inning. Kalamazoo, Dykstra just led off. Blaine Robinson at first base, hitting 2. Sam Kirkpatrick in the 3-hole, playing shortstop. Luke Storm in right field. Devin Obie in center field. Cole Russo's behind the plate, batting 6th. 7, 8, 9 is Ethan Ruiz at third. Brandon Moore at second, and Lawson Knight in left field. Here's Blaine Robinson, and a first pitch curveball in for the strike. Good start for Goose, 4 consecutive strikes. Loses that one away in the other batter's box. Blaine Robinson, a redshirt sophomore from Ohio State, the first baseman tonight, hit .250 for the Buckeyes with 4 home runs. Big swing and a miss at the 1-1, and Goose ahead 1-2. Working fast here in this one, getting ahead of hitters. Throwing a lot of strikes early. The 1-2 from Goose, another curveball, and that ball just off the outside corner. Orzek did his best to frame it in the zone. Count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 to the Kalamazoo lefty, and he checked his swing, but foul tipped it straight back to the screen. Good start for Robinson this season. Has played 4 games, 2 against Battle Creek, 2 against Rockford. He's hit at least once in all 4 of the games. Has a .313 average coming into this one against Traverse City. Chops one left side. Hayden Yachik fields. Throws on to Lucas White for out number 2. So Yachik back in the game at third base. Had the day off yesterday, but came in as a relief pitcher. Has had a slightly tough time at the hot corner. Has made a couple errors this season at third base, but he'll look to change those ways as he makes the routine out there for the second out. And in steps Sam Kirkpatrick, the first right-hander that the left-handed pitching Aren Gustafson will face. First pitch misses up and away. Kirkpatrick, a sophomore from Holy Cross, hit .283 for the Crusaders. And has a hitter's count here at 2 balls and no strikes. Kirkpatrick, a .348 hitter here early on in the season, has played all 6 games for the Growlers, has hits in all but 1 of them. In 4 of those 5 games with a hit, he only tallied 1 hit, but had a 4 for 5 game against Battle Creek back on the 2nd. Had 2 RBIs as well. An RBI last night in the walk-off win for the Growlers. As Goose drops in, another curveball is throwing that pitch well for strikes. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Kirkpatrick. And another curveball, outside corner, called strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Aren Gustafson with a pair of strikeouts. So Goose sends this game to the 2nd inning. Pit Spitters on top 1-0 here in Kalamazoo on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back, Pittsburgh Radio. Through one, the Pittsburghers lead 1-0. They didn't even tally a base hit in the first to get that 1-0 lead. They had 3 walks in the inning. And in the bottom half, Aren Gustafson sat down the side in order with a pair of strikeouts. Lucas White, the leadoff hitter here in the second. Pops one up into shallow left. Taking charge will be the shortstop, Kirkpatrick. He will make the catch for out number 1. So Knapp settled down after that first and gets the first batter, White, out on just a couple pitches. Will face Hayden Yachik, the third baseman from Saginaw Valley State. First pitch to Yachik away. A struggling Hayden Yachik at the plate here. The sophomore has just 1 hit here on the season through 12 at-bats. It came against Battle Creek in a loss in Game 2 of the season back on Tuesday. It was an RBI single. That's all he's had cooking so far this season. Fastball in the outside corner by Knapp. First strike 2. He gets ahead. 1-2. 1-2 pitch coming from Knapp. Yachik to first, and routine play there by Robinson. Steps on the bag himself with plenty of time to spare, and there is a quick second out. 2 up, 2 down. Brings in Cody Holtink, the 9-hole hitter. Top of the order on deck. Holtink, a freshman from the University of Michigan. Did not see action in the spring. Has 2 hits and 14 at-bats here this season with 1 RBI. Has walked a couple times as well, but he has 8 strikeouts. That's the one number that pops out on the stat sheet. Rips one up the middle, though, and the Pittsburghers will have a 2-out base runner. Holtink shot that one right back up the middle into center. So the catcher, Evan Orzek, will bat here with 1 on and 2 outs. Orzek walked in the first and then came around to score. We'll bat with the runner on here in the second inning. Takes a fastball outside, ball 1. Orzek fell down in the count, 0-2, and battled his way in an 8-pitch at-bat to a walk. Loaded the count and got down to first to start the Pittsburgh offensive night. Takes a ball too high there, so getting into a hitter's count, 2-0. Holtink over at first base, back-to-back nights with a base hit for him. Orzek takes the 2-0 and low, so 3 balls and no strikes. Good chance he takes the whole way here and tries to work his second walk of the game. See if Knapp just grooves in a fastball. And strike called as Orzek thought it was inside. Flipped the bat towards the dugout. So 3 balls and a strike to Evan Orzek. Holtink at first after the 2-out single. And here's Knapp on his 3-1. Orzek rips one to the left side. Thought he had ball 4. Instead, he comes back into the box and rips a single the other way. So back-to-back 2-out hits. And the Pittsburghers putting something together here, trying to rally for a run here in the second inning. Jake Smallwood, the designated hitter, a chance to add a run to the total. The designated hitter walked on 4 pitches in the first inning, didn't have a chance to swing the bat. Swings at the first pitch here, chops it back to the mound. Knapp reaches up, grabs it, and the flip to first will get Smallwood. So the aggressive approach does not pay off there. Smallwood grounds back to the pitcher and ends the inning. Pittsburghers get 2-out hits, but no runs. On to the bottom of the second, 1-0 lead for Traverse City on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Kalamazoo. Bottom of the second here, on Pittsburgh Radio. Pittsburghers with 2 outs got a couple of base knocks, but left them stranded as we go to the bottom half of the inning. Luke Storm, the right fielder, will lead it off against Aren Gustafson. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's another curveball thrown for a strike by Goose. He's got that pitch working here early on. He struck out 2 batters in the first inning. Went 1-2-3, and we'll look to do more of the same here against a pair of Duke Blue Devils and then the Kalamazoo catcher. 1-1, another breaking ball. Storm sat on it, hits it to second. Miller fields and fires in time to Lucas White at first base for out number 1. Another slow looping curveball, and Storm sat back on it and tried to go the other way with it. But right to the second baseman, Miller, who picked it up and threw it to first for the first out. Brings in another Duke Blue Devil, the second on the roster for Kalamazoo, Devin Obie. Obie, a freshman center fielder, takes another curveball for a strike by Goose. Just at 71 miles per hour, the slow looper. And he throws the fastball, and it's fouled straight back by Obie. So behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Obie hit just over 200 for Duke in the spring, 204. Did have 6 home runs, so he's got some pop. Another curveball, and Obie able to get a piece of it to stay alive. Obi, the freshman, so far this season, just 1 hit in 7 at-bats. His first series was Friday and Saturday against the Rockford Rivets. That 1 hit came in yesterday's game. He had an RBI and a walk as well. Another 0-2 coming from Goose. Deals and misses up and away. Through the fastball there. Goose not a hard-throwing lefty. Relies more on the location to get soft contact. But he gets a strikeout there. Obi swings one that was outside and goes down for the 3rd Goose strikeout in the ball game.
Now coming to play the catcher from the University of Central Florida, number 9.
Another left-handed hitter, Cole Russo, the catcher, a freshman from the University of Central Florida, UCF. In for his first at-bat of the game against Aren Gustafson, who deals a first-pitch breaking ball for a strike. Continues to throw that pitch for strikes. Little chopper, slow roller to Miller, Fields, and a hard throw to White. Another 1-2-3 inning for Goose. 6 up and 6 down to start Goose's night. And not allowed a base runner as we go to the 3rd inning. And Traverse City will have 3-4-5 coming up here when we return on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back to Kalamazoo. We've played 2 and the Pit Spitters are on top 1-0. 2 hits for the Pit Spitters so far. Both came with 2 outs in the 2nd. Their run in the 1st came on a trio of walks. Orzek came around to score on a wild pitch. And Aren Gustafson so far, 6 up, 6 down to start his day. So in the 3rd, Camden Traficante, the switch-hitting shortstop, will stand in. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st, rips one at the first baseman, but Blaine Robinson on the 1-hop makes the play and will step on the bag himself. A hard-hit ball, but unfortunately directly at Blaine Robinson at first for an easy out, number 1. Brings in Colin Summerhill, the lone strikeout victim through the first trip in the lineup. Tanner Knapp got him looking back in the 1st. Summerhill just 1 for 9 here early on in the season. Was a plus 300 hitter last season for Traverse City. He shoots one up the middle and into center field for a 1-out single. Summerhill before the game was talking to him. during batting practice and said a 2-hit night was coming up for him. So there's one. He's got 6 innings to tally another. He's on first base. Jared Miller, the batter, the senior from Oakland. He walked in the first inning, was the third and final walk in that first inning. Hits one sharply to the shortstop, Kirkpatrick, who makes a sliding stop, but all runners will be safe on the infield single. A nice play to keep it from going into left field, but there was no chance Kirkpatrick was going to turn that into an out. So back-to-back singles for the second straight inning. But this inning with only 1 out, so more room to work with. When you get a couple singles with 2 outs, then you would need another one to bring in a run. Here, you've got a couple chances. Alec Atkinson, the hitter, grounded out to end the inning in the first. First pitch swinging from him as well, and it's fouling out of play. That was just the 6th pitch of the inning. Traficante grounded out on 2 pitches. Summerhill singled on the second pitch he saw, and Miller singled on the first pitch he saw. Atkinson attacking the first pitch but fouled it off, so he's down 0-1. Breaking ball ripped into right center field. It's going to get down out there in the gap. Traficante will be waved around, and he will come around to score the second run. Pittsburgh's on top 2-0. RBI base hit from Atkinson, who has been a consistent hitter so far for Josh Reband's club. Atkinson gets his 6th hit of the year. He now has an RBI in 6 consecutive ball games. Lucas White, the hitter. Ball in the dirt. Good block by Cole Russo. Just 7 pitches into the inning for Tanner Knapp. He's allowed 3 hits and a run. Traverse City attacking early in the count and are putting good swings on it. The only out was a grounded by Traficante, but even that one was a hard hit ball. So Lucas White popped up to the shortstop in the first on a 2-0 count, looking for a big hit. Add on another run or 2. White had a huge double in the 9th inning last night. Pops one up, foul ground, and it will get into the seats. So White attacking a 2-0 pitch, but fouled it off. So 2-1 now the count. White's 2-out double pushed Alec Atkinson, the tying run, to third base last night in the 9th inning. And Atkinson would score to tie it up and send it to extras. Looking for another hit here. He takes a ball. It's 3-1. Another good hitter's count here. 3-1, Knapp ready with 2 aboard and only 1 away. A little pickoff to second, but Jared Miller dives back in safely. Looked like a planned pickoff with the shortstop Sam Kirkpatrick. Miller in safe, 2 on, 1 out. The 3-1 pitch to White. He takes on the outside corner for strike 2, and the count goes full. Two aboard, 1 away. Full count pitch coming to Lucas White. Knapp deals. And White takes outside for ball 4. Another walk by Knapp. This one will load the bases with just 1 away. It's the 4th walk of the game by Tanner Knapp. This coming after 3 consecutive singles. It brings in Hayden Yachik, the third baseman. Now this is where issues arise for the Pittsburghers, as last night in the 9th and the 10th innings, they had bases loaded with just 1 away. In the 9th, they had the winning run at third. In the 10th, they had the tying run at third, winning run at second. They were not able to capitalize and bring in a run, and they would lose in 10 to Battle Creek. So let's see if they learned anything from last night's loss and are able to do something. Base loaded, one out in this game. Jacek takes a fastball in the inside corner for strike one. One ball and a strike. Jacek grounded out to the first baseman in his first at-bat. Chopper to third. The play made by Ruiz. He comes home for one. The throw to first is in time, a double play. And the Pittsburghers once again struggling with bases loaded. Can't bring in a run. The double play ends the inning. Pittsburghers do get one on the board, but that is all. Left a lot of runs out there. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Pittsburghers on top 2-0 on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo. Bottom of the third inning. Pittsburghers got one in the top half. They had 3 consecutive singles and loaded the bases, but did not score with the bases loaded. Their run came across with runners on first and second. Alec Atkinson singled into right center field to bring in Colin Summerhill. And then the bases got loaded in a double play. Ended the inning and stranded all the runners. So back to work, Aren Gustafson with an extra run of support, a 2-run lead, facing 7, 8, 9. Ethan Ruiz, the first hitter, third baseman from Lamar University. Ruiz hit .229 for Lamar in the spring. As Goose drops in a 2-0 curveball for a strike, continues to throw that pitch in the zone. 2-1 coming. Another curveball swinging, and way out in front of it is Ruiz for strike 2. Ruiz 3 for 7 on the season. First series against Rockford, went 1 for 3 and then 2 for 4. Collected 4 ribbies in the 2-game series. Another curveball and just got a piece of it. Ruiz stays alive. Ruiz on base percentage of .600 with his 3 hits, adding a walk and a couple hit by pitches. Another 2-2 coming from Goose. Throws the fastball, hit to right field. Summerhill will come in and make the running catch on the sinking line drive for out number 1. The hardest hit ball so far by a Growler, but it goes into the webbing of Colin Summerhill's mid out there in right field. First out. In comes Brandon Moore, the second baseman, a sophomore from the University of Montevallo. He hit .317 in the spring for the Falcons. Takes one outside for ball one. Goose deals on 1-0 and a rare curveball out of the zone. Taken for ball two. Two and 0 hitters count for Moore and takes one away. So 3 balls and no strikes. Moore, 250 hitter on the year so far, 4 hits and 16 trips, but on base percentage over 500 thanks to 6 walks, 4 hit by pitches. Takes the 3-0 on the corner. Goose doesn't walk a lot of batters. He walked 24 batters in 83 innings in the spring, struck out 90, a great strikeout to walk percentage. Another curveball in 3-1 into the zone. Now it's 3-2. Got the count full. Battled back from 3-0. Looking for another out here. Deals on 3-2. Another curveball and just misses off the plate. The first base runner for the Growlers on a 1-out walk. So it took 8 batters for the Growlers to put a runner on base, and it took a pitch a hair off the plate by Goose, put on Brandon Moore. Lawson Knight, the batter here. Last hitter in the lineup. Top of the order awaiting on deck as Goose fires one on the outside corner, strike one. Lawson Knight from Western Texas College. Hit .390 in the spring. 37 RBIs in 48 games played. Time called right before the pitch. Goose fired it anyway, but no pitch. One-0 coming. Moore off of first. Deals that curveball well outside. Got the release point crossed up there. Nowhere near the zone, and it's the 2-0 count. 2-0 coming to the 9-hole hitter, Lawson Knight. Checks the swing, but a called strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Knight was the hero last night. A single up the middle, walked it off for the Growlers. Their second consecutive walk-off win. Both games they were trailing in the 9th inning and came back to win it and walk off. 2-1 to Knight. And try to go for the outside corner again, just off. It's 3-1 now. So Goose lost his first hitter. Allowed Moore to reach base on a 3-2 pitch that was outside. Walked him. And now in jeopardy of walking back-to-back batters. 3-1 to Lawson Knight. Pick over and Moore is back in easily. No dive necessary. Lawson Knight this season with the Growlers, 5 games played, .250 average. And a shot to the right side, but a little foul towards the Growler bullpen, and back-to-back hitters go full. A 3-2 pitch missed to Brandon Moore and walked him. What's Goose have in store for this 3-2 pitch? Don't want to walk back-to-back hitters with the top of the order on deck. So expect one in the zone here, maybe a 3-2 curveball. Pitch to Knight and outside. So now the count 3-2 full. Gotta hit the zone on this pitch. Knight ready for it. With the runner at first and one away, Goose deals, and Knight pops one up shallow left center field. Traficante going back. The left fielder coming in making the catches. Holtink with a slide. A nice play out there for out number 2. It was shallow fly, trouble in left field. Traficante, the shortstop, was going back, and Holtink was coming in. And Holtink able to make the sliding catch. Take a hit away from Lawson Knight. Brings in the top of the order. Ryan Dykstra, the hitter. Struck out swinging to start the Kalamazoo first. Takes one inside to start this at-bat. Runner off of first is Moore with 2 away. That one popped up in foul ground. Might be playable for Yachik at third, and he catches it just shy of the fence over there to retire the side. So the first base runner reaches on a walk, but no damage done. Goose out of the inning through 3 scoreless. We go to the 4th. 2-0 lead for Traverse City on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo. We played 3. The Pittsburghers are on top of the Growlers 2-0. Aren Gustafson through 3 innings on the hill has allowed just 1 base runner on a walk. On the other side, Tanner Knapp has given up 5 hits, 2 in the second, 3 in the third inning, has given up a pair of runs. Has also walked 4, so Traverse City getting a lot of guys on base, but only 2 runs so far to show for it. As we start the 4th, Cody Holtink leads off, the second baseman. He made a sliding catch in the bottom of the 3rd, and see what he has in store offensively at the plate. He takes 2 straight balls from Knapp to start the inning. He singled sharply on a hard hit line drive up the middle back in the 2nd. The first of 2 2-out hits for Traverse City, but they couldn't cash in with a 3rd. As Holtink takes a 3-0 pitch here. Now it's outside, and he's a ball away from working himself on base for the 5th walk issued by Tanner Knapp. And that is exactly what will happen. The 3-0 misses badly way outside, and Holtink aboard to lead off the inning. Michigan freshman. Smallwood takes a fastball in the outside corner for the first strike of the at-bat. The designated hitter, 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher. His last at-bat, walked in the first. Ball in the dirt, a good block by Russo, sliding over and keeping it in front. That runner on third. Don't want to allow a pass ball and allow him to score easily. That's what happened in the first inning. A fastball off the glove, high, pitched by Knapp, allowed Orzek to score the opening run. So the runner on third, 1 away, 1-1 pitch to Jake Smallwood, and Smallwood fouls it to the screen. So now got to protect the plate with 2 strikes. 1-2 coming from Tanner Knapp. Deals high and away. Smallwood takes it. Another 2-2 coming. Smallwood shoots it over the head of the third baseman Ruiz into left field. The run will score. Smallwood thought about second, and he will hold up and retreat to first base with an RBI single. Traverse City on top, 3-0. Good piece of hitting by Jake Smallwood, going the other way with that one. Traverse City with a 3-run lead early, and that's going to do it for Tanner Knapp. Coming out of the game, Knapp exits after just 3 1/3, made 70 pitches. Gave up 6 hits, walked 5, only struck out 1. Gave up 3 runs, and Smallwood at first is his responsibility. It's the new pitcher coming in. We'll step aside for a second here on Pitts Bitters Radio. Welcome back to Pitts Bitters Radio. We're in the top of the 4th inning. A run already across on the Jake Smallwood RBI single. He chased Tanner Knapp out of the game. Only made it 3 1/3, gave up 6 hits and 5 walks. So he's gone. The new pitcher, Mason Majors from Drury University. Fires a first pitch fastball right down the middle to Camden Traficante. Mason Majors, a redshirt junior from Drury. He pitched 2 innings against Battle Creek on June 2nd. Gave up a hit, 3 walks, and an earned run. So we'll try to stay in the strike zone in this one. Did strike out 4 batters, though, as well. So handful of walks, handful of strikeouts as well. Posted an ERA of 4.19 at Drury in the spring. Pitched 19 innings for Drury. Has an 0-2 count to Traficante. Just off the outside corner, Camden takes ball 1. Traff 0 for 2, pair of groundouts so far, trying to continue the on-base streak. Majors ready. 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Traficante can't protect the plate on 1-2. Goes down on strikes. And first batter faced by Mason Majors. He sets down, swinging for the second out of the inning. That brings in Colin Summerhill, the right fielder who singled and came around to score in the third. Was the first of 3 consecutive singles that inning.
Next batter. Now batting, second baseman number 21, Jared Miller. All right.
Summerhill struck out looking in the first, singled in the third. He's 1 for 2. And that ball inside, and it hit Summerhill. He'll get the free pass down to first base. So the hit by pitch will extend the inning with 2 outs. Jared Miller, the second baseman from Oakland, will bat. He is 1 for 1. Walked in the first, and he singled on a ground ball to the left side in the third. Third trip to the plate here with the pair on base. Takes the first pitch high and inside from Mason Majors. Majors, 23 walks in the spring, 22 strikeouts. So the same thing you're seeing here so far in Kalamazoo, where he's walked 4, struck out 4. Pretty similar ratio. As Miller takes one on the inside corner for the first strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner on second, Jake Smallwood. He singled home Cody Holtink. Runner on first, Colin Summerhill, just hit by a pitch. 2 on, 2 outs. Miller looking for an RBI knock here. Breaking ball, outside corner. And Mason Majors ahead in the count 1-2. Looking for another strikeout here in the inning. Runners get their leads 1-2. Majors deals. Breaking ball, Miller hits to the second baseman, Moore, and he will make the play on to first. Inning over. Another run, though, does come across on the RBI single from Jake Smallwood. Pittsburghers lead it 3-0, headed to the bottom half of this inning on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Traverse City Baseball on Pittsburghers Radio. Bottom of the 4th inning, Pittsburghers lead 3-0. Added 1 to the total with an RBI base knock by Jake Smallwood in the top half of the inning. Here in the bottom half, Aren Gustafson back to work with the first pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed by Blaine Robinson. Robinson, the first baseman, grounded out to third in his first trip. He's 0 for 1. Swings at another off-speed pitch outside, and Goose ahead 0-2. He's got 3 strikeouts. First trip through the lineup. Only 1 base runner allowed on a 1-out walk in the third. And down on strikes, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, all swinging. Blaine Robinson down for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sam Kirkpatrick now into the box. He struck out looking to end the first inning. Goose got a curveball to clip the outside corner to send him packing. In for his second at-bat here. Down by 3. Here, plenty of baseball left to be played. First pitch from Goose is outside. The left-hander for Traverse City, looking sharp through the first 11 batters he's faced. Drops a breaking ball in there just off. So a 2-0 count to the Kalamazoo shortstop. Kirkpatrick looking for the Growlers' first hit and tried to leave the yard there. Big hack, comes up empty. But 2-0 when you're looking for the fastball and get it. A lot of guys will take a big swing. 2-1, still a hitter's count. And Goose recognizing it does not give him a fastball. He throws, looked like a changeup, and it got the outside corner, so he evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for back-to-back Ks to start the 4th inning. Gustafson in the windup, deals, and ripped to left center field. There's the first Kalamazoo hit. Atkinson cuts it off and will prevent Kirkpatrick from getting in to second base with a double. He holds him to a single, a 1-out base knock by Kirkpatrick. So first hit in the 4th inning for the Growlers. Trying to get something started here with the middle of their lineup. Luke Storm, the right fielder, up now. Luke Storm hit .275 in the spring for the Duke Blue Devils and hit 10 home runs. Guy with a lot of power. Took a couple balls out of the park last year against the Pitt Spitters. Checks the swing on the curve, but it's a called strike 1. 69 miles per hour on that slow curveball by Gustafson. Continues to throw it at a high level for strikes. Kirkpatrick off of first, and the pitch is hit to second. Miller knocks it down with a bare hand. 1 onto first is not in time. So Storm beats the double play ball, but what a play by Miller on the funny hop to keep it in the infield with the bare hand and get the lead runner. So Storm takes over for Kirkpatrick at first as he avoids a double play. Bench coach Todd Reed, who's acting field manager for Traverse City after Josh Rebant was ejected from last night's loss, talking to the umpire Adam Mankin, discussing a potential illegal slide at second, which, if it is deemed to be an illegal slide, then a double play would be turned. That might be the conversation that Todd Reed is talking about. So the umpire crew will get together to talk it over. Kirkpatrick went into second base trying to break up the double play, but if he did an illegal move sliding in that obstructed Traficante's throw to first, then could be called for a double play. That happened to Traverse City the other night. Trey Truitt was ruled out in Rockford sliding illegally, and Traficante was called on the double play. Actually, pardon, that was at Turtle Creek Stadium just last night. So we'll see what the crew decides to rule it here. And they ruled no obstruction, no illegal slide at second, so Storm is safe at first on the fielder's choice. But 2 outs now in the inning. Storm at first. Devin Obie, the hitter, struck out swinging against Goose in the second. Goose trying to get through 4 scoreless. First pitch to Obie, hit to short. Traficante backhand, long throw across the diamond, right on the money. What a play by the Stetson product, the shortstop, to end the inning. So Goose allows his first hit, but no damage comes from it as a run gets stranded. We go to the 5th inning. 3-0 lead for the Pit Spitters here on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back to Pit Spitters Radio. Top of the 5th inning here. Pit Spitters on top, 3-0. They got a run in the first, run in the third, run in the fourth. Aren Gustafson has held Kalamazoo at bay to this point in the game. Alec Atkinson leading off this inning, the center fielder. He's 1 for 2, an RBI single in the 3rd inning to score Colin Summerhill. Shot one to right center field for a base hit. Facing Mason Majors, who relieved Tanner Knapp last inning, got a strikeout. Hit Summerhill with the pitch, but then got a ground out to end the inning and strand a pair. 2-1 pitch coming here for Majors. Deals to Atkinson, and he hits one high to shallow center field. A dive by the shortstop, Kirkpatrick, and he will not make the catch. It's down for a base hit. A little bloop shot that falls in front of Kirkpatrick and Obie right between them. A leadoff single for Alec, his 2nd hit of the night. The leadoff base hit brings in Lucas White. Lucas White, 0 for 1, popped up to the shortstop in the second inning and walked in the third. Facing Majors here. First pitch to White in the at-bat. Swing and a miss. A big hack by the Pittsburgher first baseman. Seventh hit on the season for Atkinson. All singles. As White takes one just outside for a ball. 1-1 count. White started the season 0 for 8, broke out with a 2 for 3 night against Rockford, and then 2 for 4 last night with an RBI. Hits one high in the air to right field. Luke Storm, the right fielder, will come on, and he will make the catch for the first out of the inning. Thought off the bat maybe there was a chance for another bloop shot, but it hung up too long and Storm settled in to make the catch. That out will bring in Hayden Yachik, the third baseman. A pair of ground outs, one to the first baseman, unassisted, and then last time up in the third, with the bases loaded, hit into a 5-2-3. That's third base to catcher to first base double play to end the inning. So another day with bases loaded, full of Pittsburghers and less than 2 outs. They weren't able to cash in with a run. Atkinson gets picked off of first base, got caught leaning, and Majors picks him off for the second out of the inning. It's the second time this season that Alec Atkinson has been picked off of first. And now Yachik will hit with 2 on and nobody out. Or other way around. No one on and 2 outs. First pitch to Yachik is a ball high above the letters. Yachik looking to break through here this season. Just 1 hit in 14 at-bats. Chopper, soft to short. Kirkpatrick will field it on a hop, and a strong throw on to Robinson will end the inning. So 3 ground outs in the game for Yachik. He goes 0 for 3, and after the pickoff, to get rid of the leadoff single, Pittsburghers go down 1-2-3 in order. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here on Pittsburgher Radio. Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th inning here from Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo. The Pittsburghers still lead the Growlers by a score of 3-0. Aren Gustafson on the hill for his 5th inning of work. Just 1 hit allowed through 4. First pitch of the 5th is a little inside of leadoff hitter Cole Russo, the catcher. Russo grounded out to second his first at-bat. Showed bunt on the first pitch, maybe trying to bunt for a hit, but pulled it back. Hits that one to center. Atkinson coming in on a dive, and he will make a fantastic diving catch in center field. Great diving catch by Atkinson in center. He's been a very reliable center fielder so far this season. And that is one batter, one out.
Now the plate, number 10, Ethan Ruiz.
That leadoff line drive out brings in Ethan Ruiz. He swings at the first pitch, chops it to second, and Miller will field easily and get the routine out at first base. 2 up, 2 down. Two up, 2 down in the fifth. Goose will face Brandon Moore. He was the first man to reach against Goose. He walked with 1 away in the third. Here, first pitch, fastball strike by Gustafson. Getting ahead of the hitter. Trying not to lose Moore again on a walk, so he's going to try to pepper the zone. Another strike. It's fouled out of play. 0-2 now, the count. Oh and 2, no one aboard, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, Goose into the windup. Breaking ball, check swing, and ball. Gustafson might have thought it was strike 3, took a couple of steps towards the Traverse City dugout. Now the 1-2 is fouled back, and the hitter will stay alive. So 1 and 2. That curveball, by the way, looked really good, like it was in the zone, but it was called a ball. Now another 1 and 2, and just off that outside corner. So the count to 2 and 2. It's evened up. Goose on a 2-2 pitch with 2 away to Brandon Moore. He deals. Curveball and just got a piece of foul tip. 2 pitches in the inning have been very close to 0-2 curveball that I assume was high. Looked like it might have dropped into the zone. And then the 1-2 fastball just off the outside corner, but it was close. Now 2 and 2 again to Moore. He's fouled off a couple pitches. Goose deals. And Moore will foul off another one and stay alive, battling in the at-bat. Goose was on his way to a very fast inning, but even with this long at-bat, only 10 pitches thrown this inning. Pitch number 11 of the inning, the 2-2 again to Moore. Chopper left side, past Yachik, Traff fields to first, and White can't pick it. It goes pass towards the dugout. Would have been a very close play anyway. And a 2-out base runner. Best opportunity for an out there would have been if Yachik fielded it, as his momentum was taking him in first base's direction. Traff going the opposite way, backhanded it, and had to throw across the body. Runner with a hit there would have been safe even if the throw was on target. So a runner aboard with 2 outs. Second time Brandon Moore's been aboard, and here's Lawson Knight. Flew out to left field, his first at-bat. Goose misses badly on a breaking ball to start. Knight, his fly out to left field was that sliding catch by Holtink. Fouls one away on the right side. It's going to go out of play into the seats. 2 great plays by the Pittsburgh defense here in this game. That sliding play by Holtink. And then the diving catch to start the inning by Alec Atkinson. 1-1 count to Lawson Knight, the 9-hole hitter. Top of the order on deck. He'll take one outside. The count 2-1. Near the bottom of the fifth, Goose has only allowed 3 runners, a walk, and 2 hits, and he's trying to get out. 5 scoreless. 2-1 tonight. Chopper softly to third. Yachik will field. Throws to White at first, and that will do it here in the 5th inning. So the 2-out hit will not cost Goose. He leaves him stranded, and we're through 5 scoreless for Gustafson here in Kalamazoo. 3-0 the lead as we head to the 6th inning at Homer Stryker Field here on Pittsburgh's Radio. Back in the 6th inning here for Pittsburgh Baseball on Pittsburgh's Radio. Traverse City on top of Kalamazoo, 3-0. They've gotten a run in 3 separate innings, the first, the third, and the fourth. And Aren Gustafson, the big lefty from Olivet Nazarene, has held Kalamazoo scoreless through 5. We're on to the 6th. Cody Holtink is the hitter leading off against Mason Majors, still in the ball game. Majors in his 3rd inning out of the bullpen has allowed 1 hit and a hit by pitch, but has tallied a strikeout as well through an inning and 2/3. Facing Holtink, the second baseman, or the left fielder, pardon me, to start the inning. Holtink 1 for 1, a single in the 2nd, and then he walked, stole 2nd, and came around to score in the 4th. There's a 1-1 count against Majors. The righty drops one off the table, a breaking ball in for a strike. Gets ahead of Holtink 1-2. Freshman from Michigan, looking for a multi-hit game. The 1-2 from Majors, and he misses up in the zone. So the count will leave in at 2 balls and 2 strikes. After Holtink, top of the order, will come back around for a 4th time. Evan Orzek, 1 for 2, waiting on deck. 2-2 pitch from Majors to Holtink. Kicks and deals, and Holtink a little shot to right field. Storm taking a few steps back, but he will make the catch, drifting to his right for the first out. That leadoff out will bring in Evan Orzek, the catcher. He's 1 for 2, a single in the game. Has a run scored as well, walked to open up the day, and then came around to score on a wild pitch. Robbed of a base hit his last at-bat on a sharp grounder up the middle. Second baseman Brandon Moore had a sliding backhanded play and threw on to first to get him out. First pitch in this at-bat for Majors. He'll deal one right down the middle for strike one. Orzak facing Majors for the first time. His previous 3 at-bats all against Tanner Knapp, who didn't make it out of the 4th inning. Threw 70 pitches through 3 1/3. That one up and in, missing. For comparison, Gustafson is through 5 innings where he's thrown 72 pitches. So 2 different levels of efficiency between the starting pitchers. As Goose is in line for his first win of the year. 1-1 to Orzak. Low and away, misses outside. Hitters count for Pittsburgh catcher, 2-1. Orzak popped 3 home runs this spring in college for St. Xavier, but already won early on the year. A solo shot to right field at Turtle Creek. This place where you really have to muscle it out. Shorter porch out in right, though, here at Kalamazoo. As Orzak takes one at the top of the zone, inside corner. The count evens at 2-2. Leadoff man for Traverse City. Been on base twice today, doing his job. Trying to do so here. Get aboard with one away. 2-2 for Mason Majors. Kick, deal, and Orzak a fly ball, shallow left center. The left fielder, Lawson Knight, will call everyone off and make the play. Taking charge out there for out number 2. A pair of fly ball outs here to start the inning. Fly out to right by Holtink, a fly out to left by Orzak, and now staying in the inning will be Jake Smallwood, the DH. Smallwood from the University of Montevallo, just like second baseman Brandon Moore on the other side, is 1 for 2. Same stat line as Orzak, 1 single, 1 walk. An RBI, though, in his last at-bat. Singled home Cody Holtink. Advanced to second in the inning, but nothing doing as he was left stranded. Swings through a high fastball, goes down the count, no balls, 2 strikes. 2 away here. Mason Majors looking for a 1-2-3-6. Deals, and strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. So a 1-2-3 frame for Majors. Puts the Pittsburghers down in order. Sends this game to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pittsburghers still on top by a score of 3-0. Be back for the bottom of the inning, bottom of the 6th on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Kalamazoo, bottom of the 6th inning here at Homer Stryker Field. Pittsburgh's on top 3-0 over the Growlers. Aren Gustafson still on the mound, and he will face the top of the Growler order here in the 6th. Leading off is Ryan Dykstra, the lefty. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out in foul grounds handled by Hayden Yachik. Third trip through the lineup for Goose. Has pitched well the first 2 trips through. 18 batters faced, just 2 hits and a walk, 3 base runners allowed. He has struck out 4. Chopper on the right side, fielded by Jared Miller. And the Oakland second baseman will make the play for a quick out number 1. Very efficient work for Gustafson. Still no action in the Traverse City bullpen. Looks like the strategy could be go as long as you stay out of trouble. He hasn't had any trouble. There's only been 3 runners that have reached, and they've only been at first. No runners to second yet. As Blaine Robinson takes a first pitch breaking ball. That slow curve at 69 miles per hour in for strike 1. Robinson 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout to his ledger. Another curveball strike by Goose. Keeps dropping that thing in there. 69 miles per hour again, consistent with the speed, consistent throwing strikes. Nothing in 2 to the first baseman. And he tries must have been a slider there at 75 miles per hour, but it misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the first baseman, Blaine Robinson. Another curve popped up on the infield. Traff a few steps behind the dirt, and he will make the catch for out number 2. So Goose continues to roll. 2 outs on just 6 pitches here in the inning. 79 total for the ball game. See if he's on some kind of pitch count restriction here. It's early in the year, so it would be very likely that he's on a limit. He's got the first 2 guys out. Now faces Sam Kirkpatrick, who tries to bunt his way on base and pops it foul. Kirkpatrick, the first hit for Kalamazoo today. He got it in the bottom of the 4th with 1 out. Was out on a fielder's choice as Luke Storm beat out a double play ball, and then a ground out ended the inning. So he was the first of 2 Kalamazoo hits, but no damage was caused from it. Kirkpatrick from Nashville, Tennessee, plays at Holy Cross. Takes one outside for ball 1, 1-1 the count. Goose trying to make it through 6 scoreless and improve on what was a pretty good first game of the season for him against Battle Creek. He was the opening day starter. As Kirkpatrick again shows bunt, gets it down, it's a beauty, and he's going to reach base safely with 2 outs, a bunt single. Not a bad idea for Kirkpatrick, is there's only been 2 hits up until that point. So the bat's not really coming through. A perfect placed bunt in between Goose on the mound, Yachik at third. Beat it out. Here's Luke Storm now, the right fielder. He's 0 for 2. A pair of groundouts, both going to the second baseman, Jared Miller. Takes one outside. Storm, a guy with a lot of pop. Hit 10 home runs at Duke. Had a handful last summer in Kalamazoo. A couple against the Pittsburghers. And the dimensions of Homer Stryker Field definitely benefit a fly ball. There's one spot in left field. It's only 291 to the pole side of Luke Storm. It goes out to 305 at the line, but there's a short porch in left for righties. And Storm has a 2-0 count, so Goose has to be careful with this one. got a fastball to hit, but he hits it to short, and Traff will go the short way to second. So the 2-out bunt single will not do anything for the Growlers. Goose gets through it. He's only allowed 3 hits through 6 innings and is not allowed a run. So he sends this game to the 7th. Still 3-0 Traverse City here on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field. Top of the 7th inning. Pit Spitters still on top by a score of 3-0. They'll have the middle part of their order here in the 7th. Camden Traficante, the shortstop, will lead off. He's 0 for 3. Trying to reach base here and continue his on-base streak. Pops that one up on the infield. That won't do the trick. Shortstop Kirkpatrick will take charge, make the catch. So 2 pitches, 1 out here in the 7th. Aren Gustafson through 6 scoreless, has only allowed 3 hits and just 1 walk through 6 innings, keeping Kalamazoo off of the board. Still no action in the Traverse City bullpen, though there are a few pitchers starting to stretch and get loose, just in case. It looks like a spot where he will go until there's a bit of trouble or until he gets too high in the pitch count. But with no active throwers, it looks like Goose will come out for the bottom of the 7th and when the top half expires. Colin Summerhill, the batter. He is 1 for 2. Struck out in the first, singled and scored in the third. Facing Mason Majors for the 2nd time. He was the first batter to reach base against Majors. After Traff struck out, he was hit by the first pitch Majors threw him. So in this at-bat, looking for a pitch to hit. 1-1 coming. A hanging breaking ball, and Summerhill put a good swing on it, but swung under it. And Majors gets ahead of him, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he gets set pretty early, so Summerhill, who's gathering himself out of the swing and miss, calls for time to get Mason Majors to slow down. 1-2 the pitch. With 1 out. And Summerhill, a big swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Mason Majors. It's his 3rd ticket in his 4th inning of relief. Has done a good job out of the bullpen. He is only allowed the 1 hit by pitch. I mentioned Summerhill, and then a single in the 5th. but sat down the side in order in the 6th and is an out away from doing so in the 7th. Facing Jared Miller, second baseman from Oakland, who shows bunt, pulls back, and a ball is called. Miller is 1 for 2 in the ball game, a single in the 3rd. He grounded out against Majors in the 4th. He also walked in the 1st inning. Miller attacks the 1-0 pitch. Pop up, shallow center, and the center fielder, Devin Obie, will make the play. Another 1-2-3 inning, and is 8 straight retired by Majors. But the Pittsburghers still leading in this one. They're on top 3-0. And Aren Gustafson out of the dugout. He will pitch into his 7th inning here when we come back on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field, bottom of the 7th inning here. Aren Gustafson still on the mound for the Pittsburghers. He has gone 6 scoreless. He's allowed just 3 hits. First pitch in the 7th to Devin Obie is a ball outside. Goose will face Obie, Russo, and Ruiz here in the 7th inning. Drops in a curveball for a strike. He's held Obie hitless, 0 for 2, a strikeout, and a ground out to this point. Misses one outside. So a 2-1 count. There's an arm in the bullpen now for the first time for Traverse City. So I would think when Goose gets into trouble, they would make the call and get him out. But until that point, leave him in. He's been dealing. Has a 2-2 count to Obie. Trying to put him down for the 3rd time here tonight. He deals. And strike 3 called. Goose got a heater by him. Obie down for the 2nd time tonight on strikes. Just the 5th strikeout for Goose. He hasn't gotten many, but he has produced a lot of weak contact. And it's really his MO. So after the strikeout, the catcher, Cole Russo, will stand in to hit. Takes a first pitch, fastball, right down the middle for a strike. The 0-1 is outside, away off the plate. Breaking ball ripped, snagged over there at first base by Lucas White. Russo hit that one on the screws, and White made a leaping catch to save it from going into the corner for extra bases, and that's the second out of the inning.
Now coming to play the third base, number 10, Ethan Ruiz.
So now, with no one on and 2 outs, Ethan Ruiz stands in, takes a first pitch strike. He was looking for 7 scoreless if he can get Ruiz here. One and 1 to count to the third baseman. He's 0 for 2. It's one foul on the left side. Down 2 strikes now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ethan Ruiz is. He's lined out to Summerhill in right and grounded out to Miller at second. So on the 1-2, Goose a strike away from getting himself out of this inning, going to the 8th, as Ruiz is able to make contact and foul one back to the screen and keep the inning alive. Another 1-2 coming from Gustafson, and misses high and away. Tried the fastball there and missed on it. So he'll reset. Count even 2-2. 2 outs. The pitch from Goose. Curveball and a good take by the hitter Ruiz to lay off of that pitch. Full count. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Goose looking for 7 scoreless innings. His pitch to Ruiz. Curveball popped up, and it will get out of play. It will drift into the seats.
This pitcher has now thrown 100 pitches. This pitcher has now thrown 100 pitches.
That was the 100th pitch for Gustafson, which means he can't start another inning, so this will be it. Question is, can he finish it off? 3-2 to Ruiz, and another foul tip. Still 3-2, 2 outs. Another payoff pitch to Ruiz, hit to second. Miller on a dive knocks it down, but can't gather it in time to get Ruiz. He will beat it out and will be safe at first. A 2-out single for the Growlers.
Those are the kind you don't want to bust up.
So the 4th hit allowed by Goose. It is a 2-out single. First pitch, breaking ball. In there, strike 1 to Brandon Moore. He is 1 for 1. A walk and a single. He's been on base both times. The 0-1, another curveball hit to short. Should end the inning. Traficante will flip it to Jared Miller. An inning over. Aren Gustafson. A beautiful game. That will do it for him through 7 innings as he's reached the pitch limit where you can't start a new inning. But he's gone 7 innings, only 4 hits, 1 walk, and no runs allowed. He's got his Pittsburgh team in great position to snap this 5-game losing streak as we head to the 8th inning. 3-0 Traverse City on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field. We're in the top of the 8th inning. The Pit Spitters are on top by a score of 3-0. Aren Gustafson threw 7 scoreless innings, looking to snap the skid of 5 consecutive losses. The Pit Spitters are leading. They've been in control since the first when they scored their opening run. They added 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. They've been shut out since then because of Mason Majors. He's still in the ballgame as Atkinson hits one to center, sinking and falling in front of the center fielder, Obi. It is the 3rd base hit of the ballgame for Alec Atkinson, and it's a leadoff single. Mason Majors has been excellent out of the bullpen. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings. He finished the 4th and then pitched the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Has only allowed 2 hits. That one right there being the 2nd. Both his hits he's given up have been to Alec Atkinson. Hasn't walked a batter, struck out 3. Tried to pick off Atkinson there. He did pick him off earlier. After that leadoff single in the 5th inning, he picked him off. So Alec Atkinson will likely be staying a little closer to the bag here. 0-1 the count to Lucas White, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Atkinson will go to second as White rips one into right. Luke Storm able to get it in. Atkinson advancing 90 feet. So the Pit Spitters will lead off. Back-to-back singles to start the 8th inning, trying to get some insurance for their bullpen as Goose, as I mentioned, will have to leave the game throwing 100 pitches. Bench coach Todd Reed is going to have a chat with his hitter, Hayden Yachik, and he'll get the 2 runners on base, White and Atkinson, to come in. They're going to chat it over. Some situational awareness here. The mound visit, or not the mound visit, the batter visit, I guess you could say, between the hitter Yachik and the base runners Atkinson and White concludes. I would assume that Hayden Yachik will be putting down a sacrifice bunt to move up those runners. But we will see. 2 on, no outs. Yachik does show bunt in that pitch well high. Russo had to hop out of his crouch to catch it, make sure it didn't go to the backstop.
And now comes the double steal. Third baseman coming in, double steal. Same thing right at third. Right? So the bunt.
So Yachik will show bunt and try to advance those runners an extra 90 feet. Gets it down the third base side. And the throw to first is not in time. Actually, it is in time, but the first baseman covering Brandon Moore. So the second baseman that had to go over there to cover the bag on the bunt did not have his foot on first base. So the sacrifice bunt actually turns into a runner on first base. Yachik reaches.
He always shows so much enthusiasm, It's like he really gets fired up over this stuff.
Going to be some argument here from Kalamazoo's bench. So after the sacrifice bunt turns into an error, allowing Yachik to reach safely, the bases are juiced, nobody out in the top of the 8th inning for Cody Holtink. He rips one to center field and caught by the center fielder Obi, tagging up his Atkinson. The throw will be cut off by Luke Storm. Atkinson will touch home safely. It's a successful sacrifice fly for Cody Holtink, and the Pitt Spitters are on top by a score of 4-0. Holtink not wasting any time, getting the first pitch that was in the zone and hitting it on a sharp line to center. Atkinson scores, touches home, 4-0, good guys. So runners on first and second now after the sac fly. Back to the top of the order, here's Evan Orzek. Orzek is 1 for 3, a single and a walk with a run scored in the game. First pitch is outside. Orzek looking to tag Kalamazoo for a few more. Give them some more insurance. Takes that one in the zone for a strike. The count even at 1 ball and a strike. Orzek getting settled in here. Mason Majors giving up his first run in his relief appearance. Trying to limit the damage as he picks off White at second, but a little wide of a throw, and Kirkpatrick had to make an athletic catch to prevent it from going to center field. Two on and one away in the 8th inning. 1 run already across. The 1-1 pitch to Evan Orzek is ripped down the right side, but got the hands going a little early, and it is a foul ball. One and two as Majors looks for a big strikeout here that could potentially limit damage. Orzek trying to reach base any way he can. Keep the line moving in the 8th, trying to get some more insurance runs for the bullpen. Majors set with 2 runners on base. His 1-2 pitch to Orzek. Kicks, fires, breaking ball, outside corner, and Evan Orzek will go down looking at strike 3. Lot of strikeouts this season for Traverse City with runners in scoring position, something that they're going to have to clean up as the year goes on if they want to be as successful a team as they were in previous seasons, especially last year when they won the Northwoods League title. They did so in 2019 as well. That team even better than the one last year. But last year's team had some similar struggles at times with the runners in scoring position, but they were able to capitalize just enough to make it all the way and beat the St. Cloud Rocks for the title. Jake Smallwood now is the batter. RBI single in the 4th. He struck out looking against Majors in his last at-bat. Takes one a little high above the letters. 1-1 the count. Smallwood, the DH, caught both games against Battle Creek yesterday and the day before. Got home run power as he fouls one away here into the bleachers. So Jake Smallwood, the sophomore from the University of Montevallo, looking for another hit, trying to advance the runners with 2 on. He hit a solo home run at Turtle Creek Stadium with a shorter porch in Kalamazoo. He's got the potential to go deep here. Facing a 1-2 pitch. A high pitch in the back pick at first base. And just in safely is Hayden Yachik. Didn't dive. Just got back and stood on it. A good attempt at the back pick. Blaine Robinson had to pick it and put the tag on him. It was close, but Yachik in safe. So 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 runners aboard. A lot of twos out there. And Majors on the 2-2. Deals to Smallwood. Breaking ball, hit to short, should end the inning. Kirkpatrick will field, flip to second. Just in time to Moore, and the inning is over. But the Pittsbitters add on 1 run, and RBI sac fly from Cody Holtzink. But they had some more chances. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Pittsbitters on top 4-0, and they'll have a new pitcher coming in when we return on the on Pittsbitters Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field, bottom of the 8th inning. Pittsbitters on top of the Growlers by a score of 4-0. In the ball game, a new pitcher relieving Aren Gustafson, and on 1 pitch, Jake Michael hits Lawson Knight to send him down to first. So throughout the 8 innings, or 7.5 really innings so far, that is the first leadoff base runner allowed for Kalamazoo. It comes after Aren Gustafson departed the game over 100 pitches, went 7 innings, allowed just 4 hits and a walk, struck out 5, didn't allow an earned run. But the first pitch tonight from Jake Michael hits him, bounces back with a strike on the outside corner. He's facing the top of the order now. Ryan Dykstra, the hitter. 0 for 3, all those against Goose. .422, his average at Grand Rapids Community College. Shows bunt, pulls back, the pitch just off the outside corner. Michael has appeared once this season against Rockford in a loss on June 1st. Pitched 2 innings, didn't allow a hit, but he did walk a pair of batters and gave up 1 run. Struck out a pair. Trying to get this game to the 9th inning. 1-1. Outside corner, a dot by Michael. He's trying to work that outside corner against the left-handed Dykstra, and he gets ahead of the count 1-2. The sophomore from the University of Richmond. First reliever out of the pen for the Pitt Spitters. Trying to keep this shutout going. 1-2. Deals. Swing and a miss. Dykstra goes down swinging. First out of the inning, first punch out for Jake Michael. So Dykstra no longer having to face a left-handed pitcher trying to bounce back from an 0-for-3 start, but goes down swinging against the right-hander. The 6'5", 218-pound righty. Big relief pitcher on the hill, facing Blaine Robinson now, the first baseman. He swings at the first pitch, and he fouls it out of play off to the left side. Robinson, just like Dykstra, hitless 0-for-3 with a strikeout. Actually, very similar stats to the first couple innings, first few at-bats for Dykstra and Robinson. Is Dykstra, his stat line before that last at-bat, however, was 0-for-3, a strikeout, a pop-out, and a ground-out. Robinson's stat line 0-for-3, same exact results, a ground-out, a strikeout, and a pop-out. Michael deals on 1-1. High and away, Robinson lays off. A lot of outside pitches by Michael, not trying to leave anything over the plate. Nothing that the Growlers can hit somewhere and try to start a rally here in the 8th. 2-1 hitters count to the Ohio State first baseman. Michael deals outside just off the corner, and the count to 3 balls and a strike. Michael, a harder thrower than Goose, so the hitters might be a little off balance. Goose's fastball hitting mid-80s. Michael just dealt 91 on that one. Got to find the zone on 3-1. And Michael will, as he throws on the outside corner at 92 miles per hour, and Robinson swings through it, so the count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for maybe back-to-back strikeouts. The 3-2, runner takes off. The pitch is chopped back to Michael. He'll go to 2, get the out there, but Traficante will hold on to it and not try to make the return throw to first base. A heads-up play by Jake Michael to get that lead runner for out number 2. So it was a bluff steal by Lawson Knight. Took a couple steps and then turned back. And unluckily for him, if he actually did steal, he would have been safe on that chopper back to Michael. So now Sam Kirkpatrick, the best offensive Growler in this ball game. 2 hits. The only multi-hit game for a Growler here. He singled for the very first hit off of Goose in the bottom of the 4th, and then a bunt single in the 6th with 2 outs. Before that, looked at strike 3 in the 1st. Trying to continue this inning. Michael deals one in the dirt, but Orzek blocks it and prevents Robinson from advancing. So the top of the order not setting the table. Actually, you take Kirkpatrick out of the mix and go down the line, the first 6 hitters. So 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. They are a combined 0-for-17. Kirkpatrick, the only player in that part that has done much of anything with his 2 hits. Dykstra, Robinson, Storm, Obi, and Russo. 0 for that 17 with 6 strikeouts. 2-1 from Michelle. Deals to Kirkpatrick high. He'll take it for a ball, and the count now 3-1. That one at 93, the hardest ball thrown by Michael here. But he's got to find the zone on 3 balls and a strike. If he walks, Kirkpatrick, Luke Storm, the switch hitter, waiting on deck. And he does walk him, misses inside. So a couple firsts in the inning for Kalamazoo. Knight, the first Growler to reach base as the leadoff hitter. It took 8 innings for the leadoff man to reach base, but he did so, and now he is, or not he, after he was out at second on the fielder's choice, Blaine Robinson, the first Growler to reach second. No Growler had been in scoring position until right now. And it brings in Luke Storm, the switch hitter, who is now hitting from the left side against the righty. Enters 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts, 2 to second, 1 to short. A chance to get his team on the board and try to cut into this 4-run lead. The 1-0 to Storm. He holds up, but it's a called strike on the outside corner. And on 1-1, Tucker Waddups, the pitching coach for Traverse City, is going to wander out there and talk to his guy. Another arm in the bullpen for the Pittsburghers, just in case he's needed. Tough to tell from up here. Looks like it could be Easton Johnson. I do believe it is the right-hander from Creighton down in the bullpen. So we'll see if he is needed in this inning. Storm, mentioned it a couple times before in this game. He's a powerful bat. A strong hitter from Duke. Born in Pennsylvania. Has the capabilities at any point of going yard, so got to be careful with him here as a swing of the bat can make it a 1-run game. 1-1 the count. After the mound visit, Michael deals to Storm, and Storm hits it on the right side, through for a base hit. They're going to send the runner. Summerhill will come home firing, and they will keep the runner at third. The runner, Blaine Robinson, held up, even though the third base coach was waving him in, and maybe wisely as Summerhill threw a strike to the plate. Now the bases are loaded. 2 outs in the 8th inning. Tying run is at the plate, Devin Obie. 0 for 3 in the game, and he's happy that Goose is gone as he struck out twice against him. Has a chance to give his team some runs with a base knock. First pitch to him in this at-bat. He will take low for ball 1. So the Growlers, first time in the ballgame they've had any type of success in an inning. More than 1 runner for the first time here, and they have 3 runners. Bases juiced as Obie swings through a fastball to make it 1-1. Obie hit .204 at Duke, but 6 home runs. Another guy that's got pop. 1-1 coming from Jake Michael. Kicks, deals. Obie to second. Miller will field it on a hop, and he will throw him out to end the inning. So Jake Michael gets into a little bit of trouble, allows a hit by a pitch, a walk, and a single, but he leaves them loaded and sends this game to the 9th inning. Traverse City is still on top, 4-0. They'll look for some insurance before trying to close out their first win in 6 games, trying to snap the 5-game skid. We'll be back for the 9th inning here in a minute on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back to Pit Spitters Radio, top of the 9th inning. The Traverse City Pit Spitters on top of the Kalamazoo Growlers 4-0, looking for their second win of the season. They've lost 5 in a row, trying to snap that skid. The defending champions looking to get back on track here in this one. They were propelled by Aren Gustafson, who pitched 7 scoreless. Jake Michael, the first reliever out of the pen, got the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th, but left him stranded. So we're here in the 9th. Camden Traficante, the hitter. He's facing the new pitcher, left-hander from Michigan State University, Zach Hopman. Hopman, a 5'11 sophomore who's pitched in 3 games for the Growlers so far this year. Every one of his appearances 2 days apart, pitched on May 30th, 2 days later on June 1st, 2 days later on June 3rd, and now 2 days later on June 5th, making his 4th. He's pitched 1 inning in each game and has allowed at least 1 earned run in each game. A little inconsistent with the strike zone. His first game, he gave up 3 hits and 2 walks, 2 runs. Second game, no hits, but a walk. And then on June 3rd, a couple nights ago, no hits, but 3 walks, allowed a run. Traficante, the switch hitter, hits one to left, or right field, pardon me, and he gets down past Luke Storm. He dove trying to make a play, but it goes off his glove, and Traficante, trying to start a new hitting streak, gets aboard here. All it took was him switching around to the right side and knocking one in for a hit. The on-base streak, though, will continue. He lost his hit streak. He had it up to 5 games. Didn't get hit last night. Gets one tonight, though, and his on-base streak at least continues. Now 7 games in a row for him. Now Colin Summerhill, the batter. Summerhill is 1 for 3. A single and a run scored in the 3rd. He's got a pair of strikeouts, though, on his night. Looking for hit number 2 here. Big hack at it. Fouls it off the right side. It's going to go out of play. Most likely the last chance for Summerhill to get his second hit. Talked to him during BP. Promised 2 hits on the game. So he's got to get one here. 0-1 is outside. Hopman, just the 3rd pitcher used by Kalamazoo, as Tanner Knapp was taken out in the 4th inning, giving up 6 hits and 5 walks. But Mason Majors was big out of the bullpen for them, went 4 2/3, only allowed 3 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 4. And from the 4th until the 7th was spotless, gave up an earned run in the 8th. Pit Spitters looking for insurance here as Summerhill fouls another one off to the right side, identical to the other foul ball he hit. So the count will even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Southpaw for the Growlers. Trying to get this game to the bottom of the 9th, not give up a run. 2-2 to Summerhill. Up the middle, and he will get that second hit. Roped one into center. Hopman left it over the plate, and Summerhill, a scorcher, back where it came from. Back-to-back hits to start the Traverse City 9th, looking for insurance. That brings in Jared Miller, the second baseman. He's only played in 3 games so far. Played both games in the Battle Creek series and 1 here, but he's got a hit in all 3 of those games. And last night had 3 hits. Tonight he is 1 for 3, a single in the 3rd. He's walked as well. Shows bunt, and he pulls back as it's taken for a ball. So looks like he's trying to move those insurance runs into scoring position 3rd and 2nd. Move them up 90 feet and let Alec Atkinson, who's 3 for 4, take care of knocking in at least 1. Miller showing bunt. And gets it down. It's a beauty down the 3rd baseline, but goes a little foul. It rolled off the lip of the grass and then across that foul line. It was looking like it was going to be real good until it fell off that lip. So it goes foul, so he'll have to reset, but 1-1. So he's got another strike to work with to put down another bunt. Corners are drawn in, trying to get maybe a mistake bunt. Try to get maybe a lead runner. Miller does pop it up, but into foul ground, so sacrifice most likely being taken off here. He's going to have to swing away with 2 strikes. Fouled off 2 bunt attempts to get the count to 1-2. 1 for 3 in the game, looking for another hit. Runners on first and second, no one away. Miller will chop it to short, could be 2. There's 1. On to first, not in time. Miller beats the double play. So, in a sense, the bunt worked where you get a runner up to third, but you don't get that other run to second. And now, double play is still in order as Alec Atkinson stands in. Atkinson making up for last night. He struck out, bases loaded, 1 out in extra innings, down a run with a 3-hit night. Now Atkinson shows bunt, and the ball is taken outside. Atkinson hero last night, at least for an inning. He stole home in the bottom of the 9th inning to tie it up at 5, down a run. Was timing the release from the catcher to the pitcher, and the catcher, Billy Hancock of Battle Creek, was just lobbing it back in. So as soon as he lobbed one back, Atkinson took off and scored to tie the game at 5. Pittsburgh would load the bases in that inning with only 1 out, but couldn't cash in that run. Did the same thing in the 10th. Bases loaded, 1 out, tying run at 3rd. And Atkinson struck out, then Dane Smith struck out to fall 6-5 to the Battle Jacks. But here, 4-0 the lead. Looking for more. 1-1 count to Alec Atkinson. He's got 3 hits in the game. Shows bunt again, gets it down. Traficante not coming home on it, though. So Atkinson almost wasting at bat there. That bunt was not in the proper spot for a squeeze play. It was right back to the pitcher, not where you want it to go. If it's more down a line and it's a tougher play, then it makes sense, because then the pitcher has to adjust, and a little tougher to bounce off the mound one side and then turn and throw. Lucas White to second on a 1-hop. Moore fields, throws to first. So the Pittsburghers put 2 on base to start the inning, but they leave them all stranded. But they still lead by 4. It is a 4-0 ball game. On to the bottom of the 9th, 3 outs away from snapping a 4-game losing streak. We'll be back with a new pitcher to close it out on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back. Bottom of the ninth inning. Traverse City on top of Kalamazoo, 4-0 on the road as they look to snap the 5-game skid, get back into the win column. They have a good cushion here in the ninth, but Kalamazoo, the last 2 nights, have come back to walk it off. They entered the ninth inning 3 down on Friday, had a 4-run inning and walked it off. Last night they were trailing by 1 run, scored 2 to win. So not over till it's over. They have the bottom half of their lineup. Cole Russo, Ethan Ruiz, Brandon Moore, and then Lawson Knight, the 9-hole hitter. So we're at the 6th spot in the lineup. The catcher, Cole Russo. And Russo facing a new pitcher, Easton Johnson, a freshman from Creighton University. Big hack at a 2-0 pitch. Johnson pitched 2 innings in a loss to Rockford on June 1st, gave up 1 hit, only 1 run, but he had 3 walks. So he's got to have some better control here in this one to close out the win. Grounded to third. Yachik fields to first, and White can't pick it. It gets away. So the runner will go down to second on the error by Yachik and add another one to his total. A routine play to the third baseman. That's going to be the 4th error on the season for Hayden Yachik. And any mistake like that could snowball an inning. Instead of it being a quick leadoff out, you put that runner on second and you get the fans more into it and the bench gets into it. So Ethan Ruiz, the hitter, now the third baseman. He's singled in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. First pitch, a breaking ball inside corner for a strike. That play was just all routine over there at third. It was a soft chopper. Yachik even got a high hop off the grass right into the chest. Just didn't make the throw. Threw it low, and White couldn't scoop it. The 0-1 is inside, almost hit the batter. Misses. It's 1-1. After Ruiz is Brandon Moore, who has a single, and then Lawson Knight, who is hitless but has reached base on a hit by pitch. So these next couple batters have all at least been on base once. Johnson got to do everything he can to end the ball game. Avoid a big snowball inning after the leadoff error. The 1-1 is a high fastball. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now. Just got to throw strikes if you're Easton Johnson. 2-1 the count with the runner on second. And Ruiz, that ball hit him, and he's going to go down to first. Now bench coach Todd Reed is out of the dugout to argue that it was a foul ball. Ruiz kind of did a check swing, and it hit him on the hands. And if he's on, that's 2 just base runners that didn't even earn their way on base. So it looks like, again, for the second time in the game, the umpires are going to get together to chat it over. Bench coach Todd Reed, who's the acting manager, because Josh Rebant was ejected from last night's game. Getting the umpires to talk about this one. It was ruled a hit by a pitch. They're going to see if it was a foul ball instead, or if he initiated the contact by checking the swing and putting his hands in the way. Umpiring crew of Jonathan Rector, John Paulin, and Adam Mankin are talking it over. And they rule a hit by pitch. So another free bag for Kalamazoo. This is the snowball inning that the Pittsburghers need to avoid. A leadoff error and then a hit by pitch. Kalamazoo has not had to earn a base hit. Not like they've had to work the count and get a walk. It's a pitch that hits them. It's a free base. So an error and a hit by pitch has first and second, no outs. Brandon Moore, the second baseman, the hitter. That one in the dirt, blocked by Orzek. Lucas White, the first baseman's in on the grass in case of a bunt, but down by 4 runs. Moore doesn't look like he will be sacrificing. 7 innings. The Pittsburghers had no problems at all. No runner went past first base. They had no runners in scoring position for 7 innings. They didn't have multiple runners until the 8th. And then the last 2 innings, they loaded the bases in the 8th. They have 2 on, no outs here in the 9th. And that one's inside, a ball to Brandon Moore. And Tucker Waddups, the pitching coach, is going to come out and talk to his guy. Mentioned it at the start of the half inning, but Easton Johnson was a little wild in his first appearance. 2 innings, he walked 3 batters at Rockford. He's already hit a batter, and now he's behind in the count 2-0. No strikes yet to Brandon Moore. Moore has reached base all 3 times. He's walked, he's singled, and he reached on a fielder's choice. So in the scorebook, it's going to go down as 1 for 2. Pitching coach Waddups talking to Johnson in his infield. And a move will be made here in the middle of the at-bat. Easton Johnson is going to depart, and we're going to get a new pitcher. The new pitcher coming in will be Duncan Lutz, and we will talk about him after a quick break here. Let him throw some pitches and get warmed up. Be back in a second on the bottom of the 9th on Pittsburghers Radio. We are back here in the bottom of the 9th inning from Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo. Traverse City Pittsburghers on top 4-0, but the first 2, Hayden Yachik threw it away, so he reached on an error. And then Ethan Ruiz was hit by a pitch and went down to first. So Easton Johnson did not get an out, faced 2 batters. Was in the middle of a 3rd batter, Brandon Moore, in a 2-0 count. And after a mound visit with Tucker Waddups, he was pulled out of the game. Traverse City going with Duncan Lutz, the big right-hander from Georgia State University. The 6'5", 218-pound sophomore will look to get the last 3 outs of the game here. He's making his 3rd appearance on the season. He pitched in the 2nd game of the season, a loss on May 31st to Battle Creek. 2 2/3, give up 2 hits, but no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. And pitched on Friday against the Battle Jacks. 2/3 of an inning, no hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Has not given up an earned run in 3 1/3 so far this season, and only 2 hits. Looking to bring that stuff into this at-bat, and deals a first pitch strike to Brandon Moore, at least a first pitch strike for him. The 3rd total pitch of the at-bat. It's 2 balls and a strike. Runners on first and second with no one out in the 9th. Potential tying run is in the on-deck circle, so Growlers will have to put at least 1 more runner on base. That one missing as well. So 3-1. Just the first ball thrown by Lutz, but he inherited a 2-0 count, so it's 3-1. Back-to-back innings, the Growlers have put multiple runners on base. Didn't do so through the first 7. 3-1 pitch coming. Lutz deals. And it's ball 4. Bases loaded for the 2nd consecutive inning. They loaded them last inning, but with 2 outs, Jake Michael was able to get out of it with a ground out. Now they have the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. They have back-to-back 9th inning comeback walk-off wins. And Lutz in trouble. Bases full of Growlers, nobody out. Deals to the 9-hole hitter Lawson Knight, who was the hero in last night's game. He singled up the middle to walk it off. And he takes a first pitch strike. From Western Texas College, he hit .390 in the spring. 37 ribbies. Infield going to surrender the run to turn 2. 0-1 pitch in the zone. And Duncan Lutz ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Looking for a humongous out number 1. Russo on third, reached on an error. Ruiz at second, was hit by a pitch. Moore at first, reached on a walk. Knight, the hitter, at the plate. And the catcher, Jake Smallwood, is going to walk out and talk to Lutz. Big 0-2 pitch coming here. Stressful inning. So stressful pitches being thrown by Lutz. Got ahead of Knight, 0-2. And mound visit over. Smallwood will head back behind the plate. Oh, 0-2 the count as Smallwood gets back in his spot behind the dish. Knight gets back into the batter's box. He's down, no balls and 2 strikes. Lutz looking for a big first out. Bases are full. No outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Pittsburgh's up 4. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Lutz deals and just misses the zone. A little below the zone, but not chasing is Knight. He lays off. 1-2 now. Lutz still well ahead in the count. Lutz pitching from the windup with the bases loaded. He rocks into the windup. Deals. Knight goes down swinging. Goes through the high fastball at 92 miles per hour. Out number 1. But the the Kalamazoo Growlers, are at the top of their lineup looking to do damage. This part of the lineup, though, has not done anything in the ballgame. Ryan Dykstra up now. The designated hitter, he's 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Struck out against Jake Michael last inning in the 8th. Facing Lutz here. First pitch in this at-bat. Dykstra, big swing, fouls it off the right side. Two-time defending Northwoods League champs in a jam in the 9th inning, and they're trying to snap their 5-game losing streak. Get back in the win column. It's going to take a miraculous 9th here by Duncan Lutz to do so. 0-1. Dykstra to second. Miller will field. He'll go to second for one, on to first, and the ball gets away. 2 runs are going to score as the batter Dykstra is safe at first. Jared Miller wisely got the go-ahead runner, but Traficante threw it wide of first. White couldn't stop it. It got away. It actually went out of play, so Dykstra will get an extra 90 feet. He'll go to second base on the E6. So 2 runs are in. The tying run is at the plate, but there are 2 outs in the inning, and the game lies in the hands of Blaine Robinson. 0 for 4 facing Duncan Lutz. Lutz versus Robinson. First pitch in the at-bat. Lutz tried to check his swing. They appeal down, and yes, Adam Mackin says yes, he did go around. That's strike 1. Four to 2, Growlers have cut the lead. Tyne runs at the plate with 2 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. A runner is on second. Lutz ready, 0-1. Deals and fouled off. The Growlers down to their final strike as the pit spitters try to get back into the win column. Trying their best not to squander a gem from Aren Gustafson. 0-2 to the Ohio State first baseman. Last chance for the Growlers. And Lutz will step off, look the runner back. Lutz getting the sign from Jake Smallwood. Ryan Dykstra off a second. 2 away, 1 on. The 0-2 pitch. Lutz fires. Misses outside. It goes off the glove of Smallwood. The runner will advance to third, but that's not the run that matters. That run can score no problem. The only person that anyone should be worried about right now is the guy at the plate, Blaine Robinson. If Dykstra scores from third, they're still up by 1 run. You just got to make sure Blaine Robinson doesn't score to tie it up. And to do so, just put him away right here. 1-2 the count, with the runner now on third. Lutz deals in the dirt and blocked by Orzek. So now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lutz entered with the bases loaded, nobody out. He's gotten 2 outs. 2 runs have come across the score. He's trying to end it right here. His 2-2 pitch. Fires. Hit to right field, but right at Colin Summerhill, and that's the ball game. Blaine Robinson gave it a ride. It was hard hit, but directly at the right fielder Summerhill. The pit spitters get off the schneid. They are back in the win column. They win this one 4-2 over Kalamazoo. They were led by their left-handed starter, Aren Gustafson. The lefty went 7 innings, allowed only 4 hits and 1 walk, struck out 5. He did not allow a runner to reach second base. He did not allow multiple base runners throughout his entire night. A gem by the lefty, and I'm giving him my official nod for Northwoods League Pitcher of the Night. We'll see how they score on that later tonight. It was quick scoring for Traverse City. They got out to a 1-0 lead in the first. Evan Orzek scored on a wild pitch. They added 1 in the third on an RBI single from Alec Atkinson, who went 3 for 5 in the game. Another multi-hit night. He had 3 hits just a few nights ago. In the fourth, it was an RBI single from Jake Smallwood, made it 3-0, and they got their 4th and final run in the 8th on an RBI sacrifice fly from Cody Holtig. The Growlers made it interesting. They loaded the bases in the 8th but didn't score. Loaded them again in the 9th, brought home 2, but fall 4-2. These teams will be back at it tomorrow, an early game at 11 o'clock, and then the Pittsburghers will head home, and they have an off day on Tuesday. So good news for them. They'll have a night off tomorrow when they get home, and then a whole day on Tuesday to reset before a 6-game homestand. So winners, their first game since opening day, they are now 2-5 on the season. Kalamazoo falls to 3-4, and Traverse City will look to sweep tomorrow and match Kalamazoo in the win-loss column at 3-5. Well, we'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock first pitch here from Homer Stryker Field. Traverse City looking for the sweep against Kalamazoo. 4-2 final. Pittsbitters look to sweep tomorrow. For the Traverse City Pittsbitters radio crew, I'm Stephen Walker saying have a good rest of your day.